Again, this is a scene at the masjid, and you can make of it what you will today. You can make of it what you will. We're queued up 1 meter apart, socially distancing in adherence to the police's advice. Actually, we don't even want to protest today. We don't even want to protest. They can by all means they can put in a a dispersal order if they choose to do so. And anyway, we have Brent Council official here. Finally, Brent Council turns up after a year and a half. They turn up after a year and a half. The poor police has been inundated with this whole issue. We have community support officers as well. So yeah, this is what's happening. We've had no one enter the mosque, unfortunately. No one's entered the mosque. The doors are shut. Yeah. Assalamu alaikum again. Just trying to get there. So what you've basically had again, we're back at the masjid. This is a scene outside at the minute. This is a scene outside the masjid. We have people here. We're trying to do our level best to get our masjid back, peacefully protesting. In fact, today we don't even want to protest. We just want to pray on the pavement and just prove a point, basically. That's all we're planning on doing. I've had an accident. I've had an accident. I've got no joy. I've got no joy in making a fool of myself. They've got Brent Council enforcement teams here. They have community support officers, or whatever was left of community support officers. What else do they have here? They have essentially they have a lot going on. They have a lot going on. They call the police. There's dispersal orders. They have 2 dispersal orders. If issues transpire and get out of hand, basically. But you have to realize we are not the aggressors. We have a right. We can use our vocal freedom to speak out against their tyranny. I can only describe as tyranny. That's been going on at our masjid, and we're going to speak out. We're going to speak out as long as we can. So I really don't have any much more to say on the matter. You have to realize that they came to power by fraud, voter electoral fraud. It's the last, again, bastion of freedom that we have left, which is to vote freely in this country, to vote who we want in power. And we may not necessarily agree all the time, but we vote who we want in power. Labour, Conservative, Liberal Democrat, Scottish National Party, whoever we want. Look, these guys took local democracy and they made a mockery of it. They made a mockery of local democracy. Again, I'll reiterate that when they came to power, prior to them coming into power, our candidates, 13 of our candidates had to step down because of voting manipulation, voter fraud. At the 11th hour, they decided to nullify 200 votes. We go, that's fine. We still have enough votes as the real Wembley Muslim community to win the masjid over from you individuals. What they decided to do, if the voting ballot closes at 12 midnight, they decided at 11:58 p.m. to place 300 votes. 300 votes. How are you, sir?
Not too bad.
300.
What does that say?
Yeah. Unwanted, deceitful, unelected committee. Yeah. Got a passerby here. He's interested. That's what the signs say, basically. That's what they say. Yeah, that's what they say, basically. Are there some other ones? Yep. Set up as a business entity. I'm just gonna finish the topic that I'm on. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You can catch me on YouTube, Ali Tahe 60.
So which committee are you talking about?
Yeah, this committee here. Yeah. Do you want to know what happened? Shall I explain to you what happened?
I'll talk to you later.
Yeah.
Finish your.
So they basically brought in 300 votes, approximately 300 votes, at the very, very last minute, and our candidates had to step down. A spike in votes. If this would happen in your local elections, and I've reiterated this point time and time again, I've reiterated this point. If this happened in your local elections, Brent Council would have nullified the entire election process and recalled a ballot. But no, they allowed it to go ahead. They said to us, to insult your intelligence further, appeal to the election, to the charity commission, That's what they wanted us to do. So this is their justice. Let's talk about what they've done once they came to power. My son reported to social services. I received a call from a social worker stating that it was anonymous, stating, however, that it was someone from Wembley Masjid. Luckily, I knew the social worker and explained to her the entire situation. Subsequent to that, we were arrested. Myself and brother Habib, we were subsequently arrested. Okay? Charges were dropped. The chairman got his sister-in-law to lie, stating that we were harassing her, which was not the case. Which was not the case at all. She failed to come forward with any further evidence, any corroborating evidence. No further action was taken. However, we were banned from our masjid for at least approximately a month. And we knew that it would come to nothing, because she had lied and she wasn't even there. They have punched musallis. They have literally physically assaulted musallis. They have also done other stuff. There is a litany of malpractice, of violence, of derogatory terms. The most recent videos show you, they highlight exactly the transgressions that we have been subjected to as a local community. The transgressions that we have been subjected to. This masjid is in bad hands. It's in bad hands. We ask your prayers, we ask your patience. We have legal cases going on. Don't think we aren't fighting this legally. It's very, very expensive and it's a very laborious, time-consuming process. However, we are trying our level best. We are trying our absolute level best to get our masjid back so we can give back to the real Wembley Muslim community. What diversity? Ask them. Go to their Facebook page. Put questions to them. I'll leave a link in the description below. Ask them, how diverse is your committee? How diverse is your committee? All from South Asia. Over 50s, people who attend this masjid, over 50s, are Somali men. Somali men. The majority, 62% of the attendees at this masjid, no longer Asians, no longer Arabs, no longer people from the Middle East. They are Somalis. Do they have more of a right over this masjid than us? Some may argue yes, but no. They have no representation, no proportional representation on their committee. On their committee, they have no proportional representation. How fair is that? How fair is that? You tell me. They are only representing their own elk, their own people. That's disgusting. On a local level, that is, I'm a Pakistani. Should I become an apologetic to all the people from all over the world that attend this masjid? This is one of the most well-attended masjids. Ask them how much money they've made. Ask them why they dipped into a sadaqah fund that was set aside for individuals. Ask them why the sadaqah fund was set up. Sadaqah in Islam is put aside to leave legacies. It's put aside to leave legacies. And legacies for people in poorer countries. We're very fortunate. I've just come out of hospital. I had a fractured shoulder, a broken clavicle in 2 places from a car accident. It cost the NHS £45,000 to repair me and put me back here. Alhamdulillah, today where I am today, to rightfully speak for my masjid. Do you think this would have been possible in America, free of charge? No. So we thank this country. We are with this country. We are thankful for their emergency services. We are thankful every day to this country. However, you have to realize that they have made a mockery of democracy. They have totally made a mockery of democracy. You have to realize that. They are now singling out police officers, stating that there is an issue with these police officers and they are not fair and they are not equitable when they attend. You have to realize we've been attacked, physically attacked by these people. They attack elderly people, and get away with it. Unfortunately, there is not enough evidence there. We need brutal, out-and-out physical attacks, unfortunately, before they're even apprehended. But because there's a long history behind this whole matter, the police are refusing to do anything, unfortunately. But we still love our local police. We still love them. What can we do? Unfortunately, what can we do? So you have to realize that they've come to power by fraud, by electoral fraud. The money that you've donated has gone to decorate unneeded toilets. They have, again, I'll reiterate for this video, 11 toilets misused, left in a state of disrepair. And they are taking money, 20 to 30,000 pounds, to put new toilets, 5 or 6 new toilets, 2 or 3 new toilets that are not even needed. Fancy tiles, exotic tiles, and they're asking for money. Everyone has been furloughed. Out of 33 million people, only 10 million people got furloughed. Do you really think people are going to think about providing this masjid money? This masjid, you have to think again and again and again. This has been a totally dishonest campaign run by them. A dishonest campaign to demonize people from the local community. Muslims been coming here for how many generations? 3 generations. 3 generations. I used to attend a masjid 30 years ago. We have brothers standing around us who attended the masjid 30 years ago when it was in Harrodin Road Mosque. This masjid was bought approximately 30 years ago. I'm 48 years of age. 48 years of age now. I was attending this masjid when I was 15, 12 12 years of age. Not this particular masjid, this premises was bought 25, 30 years ago. You have to realize they've hijacked our masjid and they are not serving the local community. They are not serving the local community. I could carry on more and more and more. There are other allegations. For example, damage that wasn't even caused by us. They have gone to the police to blackmail us for funds. Damage that wasn't even caused by us. They've gone to the police to blackmail us for funds. That's what they've gone and done. So again, you know, we beseech our local Muslims further afield, support us, pray for us. If you can, help us by any means, necessary, if you can. We would rather have some barrister who can take on these evil individuals, I can only describe them as evil individuals. Okay? Take this, we have legal cases going, but it's going to be laborious. It's going to be time consuming. As a community, we put together money to take these guys to court. And thankfully we have solicitors even working for us free of charge, but it's going to take more than that. The law of this country, the Charity Commission has failed us. This video is going on for quite some time. I will edit it to make it shorter. Please forgive me. The Charity Commission has failed us. It's been a diabolical failure on the Charity Commission's part. They're not interested in how they've treated worshippers. Anyway, it's time to pray now, and again, we're going to pray. Assalamu alaikum. We are going to pray that we get the best possible outcome for our people. I'm going to leave stuff down here of everything. As I'm talking, I am going to leave stuff down my right hand side, exactly what they've done. There's so much. There's so much. They opened the madrasa up. Security, £25,000 spent within 2 months on 2 security guards around the clock to protect us from entering our own masjid. 30 years in attendance and we've become gangsters. We've become gangsters to enter our own masjid. It's a public building. How dare you? How dare you? It's a public building. What more can I say? What more can I say? This issue has caused contention. This issue has caused contention amongst the Muslim community. We have tried our level best to get them out. Our level best. But what can we do? What can we do? This video will go up as will others. But I will list everything down the right hand side as to the transgressions that they've committed against. And they will single out police officers to make complaints. Enforcement officers to make complaints. Yesterday night, they had bad words to say about PC Chowdhury. And the police haven't been fair in all their dealings with us, but largely Wembley Police, as opposed to other local police forces, I won't mention any names, the ones that were involved in our wrongful arrest. And yes, those complaints have gone to the IOPC. They are still pending in the investigation process with the IOPC. Again, the situation is ongoing, it's fluid. We ask for your prayers. Help us in any way you can. I'm not going to stand there and say, we need your money, we need your donations. No. Say something, maybe in a comment on Facebook. Help us. Your prayers, your dua, that's all we need. That's all we need. I am not the most, adherent of Muslims. But this masjid I've been coming to for 30 years, on and off. I'll be honest with you, on and off. On and off. Why should I be stopped? I could have walked away from this many years ago. I could have walked away from this whole issue. But this is our local community's masjid. I want to reiterate that again. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I've gone on for too long. Someone's taking out their card to show that they're part of the family. He's been rejected. He's been rejected. Absolutely rejected. They realise if they let anyone in now, they're up there in their office sitting there. They realise if they let anyone in now, that it will be, a bit of a travesty. It flies in our faces, this whole issue.
They're supposed to be outside.
How many people were in?
Only 6 people. You can bring for 2 years. I'm telling you, check it out. You come for check it out.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. They thought, look at this. Honestly, really, this is the committee have decided to let in. What time is it? What time is it? What time, guys? You got time? What time is it? It says 2 o'clock. Yeah. So they're letting in their friends and family with yellow cards. Yellow cards. You have to have a yellow card. Disgusting, honestly.
Please keep working, brothers.
Yeah. Just film it. Just film.
Let them deal with few. We done the best. خلاص يا شيخ خلاص brother.
I know Mr. Chaudhry.
He takes it personal.
I know. I'm stopping here. I'm standing here.
What did he say? What did he say? You. What did he say?
After we finish praying, they start lining up.
Do you know these guys? Do you know them?
I know everything.
Yeah? You know them? Explain to them why they shouldn't be going in then. Explain to them. You explain to them as a youngster why they... Do you know what they've done to the local community, guys? You know, you're happy with...
That's on the brick wall.
Okay, brick wall. All right. You have yellow cards?
Is everybody okay? Is everyone going to be? You've done your point.
Yeah,
Is everyone
we're
going
going.
now?
Just
Or you waiting?
information, imparting the information.
They can line up here.
They want us to go away, innit?
What are you doing? I'm doing
نار جهنم تكفكم نار جهنم.
يا رب تولى أمرنا يا رب تولى أمرنا يا رب تولى
امين يا رب العالمين.
احسن ختامنا اللهم أرنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وأرنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه اللهم كن لنا ولا تكن علينا اللهم كن لنا ولا تكن علينا الطف بنا فيما جرت به المقادير
امين يا رب العالمين.
ما تشاء قدير
امين يا رب العالمين.
المولى ونعم النصير
امين يا رب العالمين.
غفرانك ربنا وإليك
امين.
المصير
You can see no weakness of this taghut are doing to the community. Look how the community is praying outside. Okay? Look, just we challenge them. You know? Look, these طغاة. اللهم افرق جمعهم. اللهم شتت شملهم يا رب العالمين. اللهم عليك بهم هاد الطغاة يا رب العالمين. اللهم عليك بهم هاد الطغاة يا رب العالمين. يا رب العالمين. يا رب العالمين. يا رب العالمين. امين يا رب العالمين. امين. 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 امين يا رب العالمين. امين. 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 امين يا رب. امين يا رب العالمين. امين يا رب العالمين. امين يا رب العالمين. هذا الطغاة يا رب العالمين. ها عليك بهذا الطغاة يا رب العالمين. هذا الطغاة يا ربي عليك بهم يا رب العالمين انهم لا يعجزون. اللهم شتت شملهم. اللهم فرق جمعهم يا ربي. اللهم اجعلك في نحورهم يا رب. نعوذ بك من شرورهم يا رب العالمين.